High above the hustle and bustle of these city streets, four of the world's greatest fibbers are about to challenge your common sense and intuition at the regular meeting of the all-new Liars Club. And now to introduce our newest members, the chairman of our membership committee, Mr. John Barber.
Thank you. How you doing? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the all-new Liars Club, the show that pays tribute to women like Shelley Winters, who 8 months ago said, in 6 weeks, I'll be a size 8. Well, here is a real size 8. She's the gorgeous star of film and television, now a director, Stella Stevens. 5 times voted Entertainer of the Year in Las Vegas by his fellow performers, Johnny Carson's favorite funny man, mirth maker, and musician, Pete Barbuti. That beautiful brunette from Days of Our Lives, where she plays April, Lisa Howard. And now the president of the all-new Liars Club, here's our host and star, Eric Boardman.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everybody. How you doing, gang? Yeah. Oh, what a time we're going to have today, because we've got the professional prevaricators over here. How you doing, kids?
Fine, Eric. We're all just feeling fine. I was just saying to them earlier how well I was feeling, and they were well, you don't want to hear all that. Go ahead, Eric.
So, but you're ready to make some mirth,
yeah,
as John said.
Tonight is the mirth. I feel very mirthful.
Anyway, let's meet the people that you're going to, if you're the mirthers, these would be the mirthies?
Mirthies.
Oh, something like that. Anyway, these are the players you're going to attempt to fool today, and you are?
Trent Carlson.
And Trent, what do you do?
I'm a film student.
Film student, all right. Got some stars over there that you can watch, learn technique from them. And you are?
Melody St. Pierre.
And what do you do, Melody?
I run a daycare.
All right, a daycare. Must be kind of quiet here for you today. You miss all that yelling and screaming? All right. And you are, sir?
Mark Ravel.
And Mark, what do you do?
I'm a construction economist.
Construction economist?
Yes.
Help me, I don't know what that means.
I'm a design and cost consultant for architects.
Gotcha. I know what that means. And you are?
Ellen Stewart.
And Ellen, what do you do?
I'm a teacher.
A teacher, what level?
Secondary art teacher.
All right, I used to be
I'm
a
an
teacher
aspiring
myself.
teacher.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, it's a noble profession, and good to meet you guys. I wish you good luck here. I know you know how to play the game. I know that 3 out of 4 of you know how to play the game. Let me explain how we play the Liars Club. An unusual object is placed in front of this unusual gang. Each one tells a story about it, but only one is telling the truth. Players, spot the truth teller and you win some points. We start you off with 100 points apiece. The odds are even 1-to-1 in round 1. You can bet half the amount each time, up to 100 points. And we're going to play 4 rounds here on the Liars Club, and if anybody gets all 4 rounds correct, you know what they do? They win a trip to Edmonton, Alberta. Lovely Edmonton. All right, that's what we're going to do. And we start our object playing with John Barber. What the heck is this?
Teaching is indeed a noble profession.
That's where the big bucks are, too, John.
That's why they asked Eric to get out of it. And I am going to teach you something tonight. Mark, you may know something about this since you're involved with construction. This, very simply, is a device used for sampling soil. Now, I know that some of you might think that you stick it in the ground and the sand will fall out here. You have to be careful not to build on sand, Mark, as you know. So this is used where there's primarily clay and moisture. It's a soil sampler.
You stick it in the ground, spin it, and you get some soil.
That's exactly it.
All right, Lisa.
I don't think so. I don't think so. This is something that's used. The favorite pastime of my family who live in northern Canada is to go into the woods and sugar off. It's true. It's a term used when you...
Sure it is.
I'm serious. It is. You go to the woods and you go to a maple tree, and there's obviously it's just a part of the whole thing. There's a little spigot that goes in the end, and you twist this part into the maple tree, and the sap from the tree flows through here, and you can see the consistency and the texture of it, and into the bucket below. That's what that is.
Here's a man who knows sap.
Both of these people are trying to con the panel over here with these exotic tales of what this is. This is an attachment from a hospital bed. This goes on to the part of the bed that sticks out there, and it is a swivel, and it is where the put on the end here is the part that would hold your ankle for a broken ankle or your arm for a broken arm or something. It's an attachment for a hospital bed, very simply. That's why it's chrome and sterile and so forth. And this cutout is in here, not so something can be in there, but just to make the to make it lighter, and it still has the same strength.
Thanks,
Stella,
Pete.
are you buying any of these stories?
None, not a bit of it, because being a filmmaker and working around the camera and around camera dollies, this instrument is used by a dolly grip when the hydraulic lifter on the dolly will not work because it's...
I love it when she talks dirty that way. Hydraulic lifters.
Yes, well, it must be pumped up again with this gadget. So it's inserted into the crab dolly. It is then pumped up, and then you get a crane elevation from
And you
it.
know this because you're directing a feature right now, aren't you?
I directed a feature called The Ranch, which starred my son Andrew, and I shot in Calgary, Alberta.
All right, all right. So she may know her stuff. She may be lying. Who knows? Place your bets over here, gang, as I remind everybody what our stars told us. John said it's a soil sampler. Lisa said it's a maple sap extractor for sugaring off. Pete said it's part of a hospital bed attachment. And Stella said it's a camera dolly lift. All right, I'm dying to know what it is. Trent, how many points you betting?
40.
40. Melody's going for
He's a gambler. He's a gambler.
20.
Well, she's
Mark
kind of
says
30 points.
and Ellen says
10.
10. Bets are in place, stories told. And just like you at home, I'm playing along because I never know what it is until I open this up. And sometimes I still don't. It is a soil sampler. John Barber was telling the truth. Soil sampler. You know, it looked too much like a soil sampler, so I wasn't going to vote for it. Trent, let's see if you're as smart as I am, or dumb, possibly. 40 points were bet on John. Okay.
Nothing to it, man.
Sometimes it is what it looks like, right, Melody? You bet 20 on Lisa.
Oh, man.
It's a good story about sugaring off. Mark bet 30 on Lisa. She fooled 2 people. Ellen bet 10 on
She's school
Stella. Oh. Anyway, come on back. We're having a good time, aren't we? We're in the middle of a good one, yep. It's the second round of the new Liars Club. Ellen's in the lead. Oh, I'm sorry, Trent, forgive me. 140 points here, then Ellen with 90, then Melody with 80, and Mark 70. But don't worry, it's very important. Someone has to protect the rear of the artillery here. Anyway, it's 2-1 this time in the second round. 2-1 odds. They do indeed change. And we start off this time with Stella Stevens.
Yes, and speaking of artillery, this object is simply a block of wood which was used when people would make their own bullets. The rifle casings would sit in here to be filled with gunpowder, and these are for making rifle bullets. It's just where the casings set. It's just to hold the rifle casings.
That's all it is. It's just for holding rifle casings.
Crazy? This would never do for something like that, Stella. As a matter of fact, odd that I should be on the show and this comes before me, because I have one of these that sits on my workbench at my small shop at my place. You've seen it. You've been in that shop a dozen times. Remember the night you ran the projector for Stella and I? I'm just kidding. I don't remember when that was. But this holds the stamps that there are 18 of them here, if you care to count them. This holds the metal stamps that you use to stamp numbers or letters onto anything steel if you want to identify a tool or something like that. And this holds the 18 metal stamps, which is the standard number for that. And it sits on your workbench, and that's what it's for. It's nothing exotic or clever or anything.
I don't believe you're like the handyman type, so
I am the handyman
I
type.
don't buy that.
Yeah,
This
see
is-
this here? I can fix this in a minute.
This quite simply, I mean, it's an antique, so it's not very sterile, but it was once, and it was used in a laboratory to hold test tubes. And as
Test
you-
tubes will fall out. I mean,
They
look
wouldn't
how
fa-
narrow
no,
it is.
it's-
Don't you
look,
think
it's
that's
deep,
too narrow
look.
for test
It's
tubes?
like, look, there's even green magic potion stuff still on it. That's what it is.
Green magic potion stuff.
Science things.
Oh, science things.
You know,
Stuff, science stuff.
Science stuff. Are you a scientist yourself, Lisa?
Absolutely, as much as he's a handyman.
Okay, I'll buy that, certainly. John Barber.
Lisa is very perceptive. This is stained. This is the early Wang. That's right. It's a computer. It's a calculator, and it has 9 digits on each side, 18 digits. The Orientals, the Chinese, are brilliantly adept at using both the abacus and this computer for counting. We don't have the colored pegs that they use here, but they can count up literally to the millions with this.
A Chinese computer.
Right. Chinese
All right.
computer.
You don't have to count the millions. You just have to place your votes up to 100 points each round. Over here, see how you're betting? I'll remind everybody exactly what our stars have told us. Stella said it's a rifle casing holder for making bullets. Our own handyman said it's a metal stamp holder. Lisa said it's a test tube holder stained with magic green potion stuff. And John said it's an early calculator, a Chinese calculator. All right, Trent, you were right last time. How many points you betting this time?
60 big.
60.
Look, he's a high roller.
He
High
is.
roller.
Melody,
20.
a little more cautious.
She's conservative.
Mark
20 points.
and Ellen.
Oh, Ellen's getting crazy
Ellen
now,
thinks
man.
she knows. Trent thinks he knows. I don't know. I've got a clue. I really don't. This one baffles me. Also baffles me how I open this. It is a test tube holder. Lisa Howard was telling the truth. A test tube holder. All right, it is 2-1. So if you said, Lisa, you won 120 points, and you'll be covered with the green magical potion stuff, you bet on Stella.
Oh, man, how stupid that is, Trent. How could you believe that?
Melody, are you magical? Did you vote on
Melody's
Lisa? You
right.
voted on Stella. All right. Mark, show me some
Stella.
magic. Stella.
Oh, man.
Ellen, help me.
Yeah, Ellen's
Did you
got
vote
it.
on
She's a
Lisa?
spook.
Yeah, you did. Okay. We're going to go away and make some green magical potion stuff ourselves. Come on back.
Tom and Flo Browning of Surrey, British Columbia sent us this interesting device. Gang, what do you think that is? Stella?
A bicycle holder, I think. Need two of them, actually.
Pete?
To hold
I don't think it mounts on a wall, John. I think it mounts on the floor, and it's to keep a fire hose, in line in an area where you're fighting a fire.
It looks like a
Well, you know what
trap
it
or
is?
something.
Mounts on a wall. You put milk bottles in here so little animals and critters can't get up to your milk and lick your cream.
Son of a gun.
It is time now for the third round of the new Liars Club. And it is getting tight. Ellen's in the lead with 170 points, followed by Trent with 80, then Melly with 60. Mark, you're consistent. You're still in fourth position. But don't worry, it's 5-1 here in round 3. 5-1 odds. John, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Ah, that's because you're not familiar with the early days of Colonel Sanders. When Colonel Sanders was a little boy, they used this little contraption in chicken houses. What you would do is you would take hot coals and you would put them in here. You would carry it inside the chicken house, and it would help keep the little chickens warm and cuddly, and sometimes used to helping to incubate the eggs, encourage the laying of the eggs. And the reason it's carpeting is because you don't want the little chickies to hurt their little bodies. And secondly, the little devers never got up and went to the toy. So the carpeting had to be changed frequently, and it was easier to change the carpeting because that stuff would eat through the tin and put out the fire.
So it's a chicken warmer?
Yes.
Come on. This is so simple. It is so obvious what it is. It looks,
It's better
the
than
warmer.
sugaring off.
Sugar is pretty great. This is a warmer, which you got correctly, but the shape and everything before chiropractic medicine, when people had sore necks, sore shoulders, this is a headrest that was heated to help you when you had a stiff neck and shoulders. You would lie on it. Yes, that's all.
Everybody says right away, they said it's because it's got this drawer in it, which I'm going to show you. They neglected, they said you put hot coals and stuff. You could tell there's 2 different compartments in here, so it wouldn't be for hot cold. What, are you going to put 2 different kind of coals in here? Stupid. So what you'd put in here is this is a fly or insect trap. You would put in here, some sort of food product, honey or whatever you would put in here. A second thing in there, this would be closed. The insects would enter towards the small holes in here, and they would die inside here.
Like a Roach Hotel, right?
That's exactly the words I was thinking of, Stella.
Geez.
That's all it is. It's an insect trap. Water was put in the bottom. John, you didn't know that. Water was put in the bottom. The insects would get in the water and their wings would get wet and they'd die inside there. There may be dead insects in there as we speak.
We'll find out as Miss Stevens speaks.
Actually, Pete, this is for people who have cold feet. Hot coals were put in here, and and it became a Tootsie warmer. You would put your feet on here and warm your feet.
Okay, but if an insect did happen to fly in,
He'd have warm feet, yes.
he would die, wouldn't he?
He would die, yes.
Those are the tall tales we just heard told. I'll remind you as you place your bets over there, the stories we just heard. John said it's a chicken warmer. Lisa said, no. It's a headrest for stiff necks. Our own pain in the neck. Pete said it was an insect trap. And Stella said it's a foot warmer. Boy, I'm curious. Trent, you're betting how much?
40 big ones.
Melody.
30?
Mark.
20 points.
Ellen.
80.
80.
Oh, look at Ellen. She's crazy. Ellen.
She is crazy.
Kind of a school teacher would bet that way.
It is so obviously a foot warmer. A foot warmer. Stella Stevens was telling the truth. Trent said this is 5-1. If you say Stella, you win 200 points. You said Stella. Yes, indeed. Melody's smiling. She must have won 150. Did she bet on Stella? Yes, she did. Mark, you're in last place. You've gotten 2 wrong in a row. Did you bet on Stella? Yeah, you did. Give me 5. Yeah. Ellen bet 80, so you know she was confident. Did you bet on Stella? Do you win 560 points? Yeah, you did. Oh, I am so proud of you guys. Hey, let's play another round. What do you say? Come on back. Yeah. I thought we'd never get here, but this is my favorite part of the day. This is the 4th and final round of the new Liars Club. This is the Art Corner. And also, the odds this time, gang, are 10-1. And I noticed, yes, sure, Ellen's leading with 570 points, and then Trent's got 280. Melody's got 210. Mark, you were right last time, but you're still in 4th place. But the great thing about this, with 10-1 odds, it's anybody's ball game. You can bet up to 100 points this time. And by the way, in the unlikely event of a tie, the prize will go to the tied player who bets the most in this particular round, okay? Let's spin the wheel and find out what we've got in today's Art Corner. Is it a painting, is it a sculpture? It's a painting. And I don't care about the artist. I care about the name of the painting. And that's why I'm going to ask John Barber to tell us his story.
This is from the main office of the American Psychiatric Institute. I'll tell you what it's called and how it's got its name. It's called Period. And it was painted by a woman who had a headache and painted it for her mother-in-law. And the mother-in-law looked at it and said, I wouldn't have that in the bathroom, period. And so it's called Period.
Yeah, all right. They talk about Picasso's blue period. Well, this is his bathroom period, maybe. Lisa?
I don't think so. I mean, I ever wonder what happens to a rainbow at the end of the rainbow. Just the rainbow is finished, it ends in a big old puddle, and this is what it looks like, so that's what the artist named it, Rainbow's End.
No pot of gold, but Rainbow's End.
Right.
Okay.
I hate it when she gets real sentimental like that. Because most artists don't think that way. That's just in the eyes of impressionable young actresses. This is called Frog Guts. Just kidding. But I would have called it that if I'd have bought it. It's called, very simply, the artist painted this to look like something special, and he called it drop cloth, and that's what it looks like. Like when you paint a house, you have a drop cloth that has all sorts of diffused colors. That's what it's called, drop cloth. And speaking of an artist, here's Stella Stevens.
Thank you, Pete.
Stella.
This painting is representative of something that everyone up north here has seen, the Northern Lights. It's called Aurora Borealis.
Oh, Aurora Borealis. I've never seen the Northern Lights, but I have seen the painting and I have heard the stories. Place your bets. It is indeed the last round, 10-1, anybody's ball game. And the most you bet is how we'll break the tie. Here's what our stars said. John called it Period. Lisa said Rainbow's End. So sad. Pete said drop cloth. Stella said Aurora Borealis. Let's see how you're betting first of all. Trent?
Look at Trent.
90.
Crazy.
Melody. 90.
Look at Melody.
Mark.
90.
90.
People are mad.
Ellen is betting 70. Okay, well, she's the leader. She's allowed to do that. Let's find out exactly how we're doing. The title of that painting is Period. Period. John Barber is telling the truth.
Yes, he is.
Mark, I come over to you. You're in 4th place. If you bet on John, you're in 1st
No
place.
way.
You bet on Pete.
I bet on It's a drop clock.
Melanie, we come to you. Right now, you're in 3rd place. You'll be in 1st place. If you bet on
Lisa,
John, you bet on Lisa.
I could tell.
Trent, you were the first guy to get one right. You'll be in 1st place if you bet on John. You bet on Stella. Ellen, we come over to you. I'm looking for a vote on John. You're in 1st place. Let's see what happens. You bet on Lisa. However, you only lost 70. You're still the winner with 500 points. What does she win? Congratulations.
Tappan's 24 cubic feet side-by-side refrigerator freezer features chilled water dispenser and ice maker through the door, along with see-through crispers, furnished by Tappan. And the Mighty Mini vacuum cleaner, lightweight, compact, and portable with multi-purpose attachments for any cleaning job. Provides powerful cleaning where large vacuums can't, furnished by ShopVac.
All right, congratulations, Ellen. Hey, thank you, players. You were terrific. Thank you, stars. And thank you for being here, because we can't have a meeting of the Liars Club without you. See you next time on the new Liars Club. Bye-bye.
Car rentals courtesy of Hertz. Hertz, the world's leading car rental company. Can you really afford to rent from anyone else? While visiting Vancouver, the stars stay at the Delta River Inn, located minutes from downtown. Limousines for our celebrities provided by BC Limousine Service.
Thank you very much. If you have an unusual object you'd like to share with us, take a Polaroid picture of it, send it here to us, along with a little paragraph describing what it is, to the New Liars Club, 265 25th Street, West Vancouver, BC.
B7B4H9.
Terrific. Thanks so much. See you next time. Bye now.